Hi, everybody. This is John Kenny. I'm here with Jamie Grant, and I wanted to have you guys give you guys a little chance to talk to him or listen to him about investment properties. He's how old are you?
29, just turned
20,
29.
just turned 29. He's still in his 20s, and he's actually an investor. He buys properties kind of in the local area, and I just wanted to talk to him a little bit about that. I think the first question I have is, how did you happen to pick investment going into real estate as your investment vehicle?
I think I worked for a real estate developer in Boston. They do a lot of residential properties.
You did.
So I
Okay.
first got inspired by being around it all day, seeing all the properties they had, and the return on investment it gave. I think nowadays it's like you have to realize what your best return is on anything. If you buy
Right.
food, is it going to give me benefit? Buy property, is it going to give me something back? And that's what I thought with buying a rental property.
Yeah, yeah. And now, do you own a single unit rental or multi-unit? You rent both of them out. You live in one of them?
My strategy was to get a multi-unit
Yeah,
so that I could get as much, benefits, throughout my first buy. So
yeah.
I live in one. I bought two family. I live in one side and I rent out the other side.
That's great. That's great.
So
Yeah.
those tenants ultimately pay most of my mortgage in mine as well. So that's one example of return on
Uh,
investment.
that's brilliant.
Yeah,
I
thank
wish I
thank
had
you.
done that at your age.
Yeah, I have my mindset on it. I guess I came in with the right mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So you've been working for a little bit. Did you build up equity on your own? Were you gifted some money to help you with that initial deposit?
No, I actually I did get to stay at home with my parents. That really helped. I
Okay.
think that I allowed myself to not get caught up in what everyone else was doing and renting luxury condos and things like that. And I really stayed at home with my parents um, and saved my money, stacked my
Yeah,
money. I didn't
that's
buy
good.
a fancy car early
Yeah,
on. I
yeah,
waited until I got an investment property to then buy a car. So I saved everything I can. And
yeah.
even starting from college, I was an RA in college to prevent
Oh,
myself from having a lot of school loans. So
right.
I did everything I could have to
Yeah.
prepare myself, for the future, which
Yeah,
came faster than I thought.
that's brilliant. That's really brilliant. Now, when you went searching for your property,
Mhm.
what were you looking for? Were you looking for something you could fix up and add value to it, or were you looking for something that's already done, new construction, older construction? What was your kind of overall investment goal?
That's a really good question. At first, I thought I would just buy an investment property anywhere. It was broad. I had no direction. I said I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
And then one of my mentors, who was the founder of the development company I worked for, he said, "No, choose where you want to live. Like, where do you actually want to live?" And I said,
Mm.
"Okay, let's start there.
Hmm.
Let's not say all of Massachusetts. Let's get zone in." So I honed in on Boston and so I started with Boston, and then
Yep.
I said I wanted something with a little bit of work because I wanted to force value and force equity, get equity off the bat.
Hmm.
Um, and also, it's very competitive to find something that's already perfect and get it anyway. So I didn't mind putting the sweat equity into the property, and that's what I looked for. So I did look for intentionally something with a little bit of work that could add value, add sweat equity, and also at the same time, I learned so much from housing, rehab in that process.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, when you talk about sweat equity, were you avoiding homes that really needed structural rebuilds, or really just cosmetic, like a kitchen change, some
Right.
paint, some moldings, things like that? What was your overall goal?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. Within this market of waiving inspections, you have to really go in
Was
there
that
with
when
a.
you got it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. During the time that people were waiving inspections, well, funny, my property had 28 offers on it,
Oh,
so everything had to be waived. You had to, make sure your financing was perfect.
yeah.
Was so ultimately, I made sure the foundation was the main things, the most,
Mm.
roof was good, foundation was good, siding was good. Things that would just cost an extreme amount of money and not bring that much of return if I bought it. Um, yeah, so kitchens, floors,
Hmm.
repairing floors.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, pretty much.
Now, did you have family, relative, or anybody that kind of walked you through the property to say, "Hey, yeah, this looks like a good one to get because there's no plumbing issues, electrical looks good, things like that," or was it just kind of your general knowledge, having been somewhat in the industry for quite a few years?
I think it had to do with me being in the industry for a while,
Yeah,
and also my dad's a plumber. So as a kid, I was around him all the
yeah, okay,
time, whether I was around carpenters or in the basement and seeing a water heater and main pipes and things like that. So when I went in the basement, which was my main thing, was let me see how the beams are, how structurally sound it is,
Yeah.
how level the floor was, things like that were my main points to check cracking in the foundation.
Hmm.
Everything looked good. So
Yeah.
that was my first like check. So I think it came from me being around it, and
Yeah.
also my dad being around my dad in the trades for a while.
Good.
And,
Good. And just wrapping this up,
yeah.
the looking back at your first investment, what is potentially one of the biggest mistakes you've made? It doesn't have to be huge, but what would you do differently going forward with your next investment property? I'm assuming you're going to be buying more, right?
Yes, the goal is
Yeah.
to buy more, and yeah, I know my biggest. I think that I
You don't want to say.
I don't know. I think I didn't have a schedule. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't really. I should have been more like a general contractor in my mind, and I kind of
Okay.
pieced things together late.
As you were going through it.
Right, and I took long gone things that I should have just from not knowing what to do. So
Yeah.
I maybe now I know flooring. I was like, we're going with these floors.
Yeah.
So I took time
Right.
like shopping for flooring while I should have been actually having the floors laid out.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
things should have been moving a little faster. I think I took a little bit longer. And it worked out.
Yeah.
You should swing anyways. If you don't know everything, you should swing anyways, and you'll learn along the way. But if I was to do it again, I would have a game plan from the second that offer is accepted.
Mhm.
I would have contractors lined up and you know, budgets and backup plans
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of view it as you did absolutely the right thing, because when
Thank
you first get into a project, you have no idea. The fact that you're getting into it is huge, you know,
Right.
and that you're willing to invest into yourself, your experience, and market knowledge, and just
Right.
kind of make that work. And then, like you said, you kind of learn, well, next time I can do this, this, and this. And I think even with your second project,
Right.
you're going to try to make those tweaks, but you're going to find out, oh, maybe I can even make the process even better.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, I wanted to thank you so much. I mean, this is
course.
really great. I hope this helps some of you guys out there who are looking to invest, especially like if you're in your 20s. I could not
Hey.
have imagined doing that at your age.
30s, give it a
Oh,
try.
gosh,
Whenever
that's
time
great.
comes, I know life comes at you, so take it when you can.
Yeah, you're brilliant. Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jamie.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.